Ayo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Marbu back again with another video, and in today's video we're going to be making our very first camera rig using these items right here that I have on the table. The star of the show is going to be this Cineback right here from Camera Foundry. Now, I purchased this thing. I have been looking at it for a while now, and I knew that this summer one of my goals was to build out a camera rig. Now, this thing is made by a company called Camera Foundry, which is founded by Caleb Pike of DSLR Video Shooter. I will link the video that he made just overviewing this product in the description below, because I'm not really going to be explaining so much so like the ins and outs of it, at least not the way that he did in that video. What I'm going to be doing is showing you every single piece of equipment that I have got to put together this simple rig. And he also actually put together this simple rig in his video as well. That's where I got the idea from. So pretty much I'm going to go through all the items that I have here. Now, my workhorse that I'm gonna be using as a part of this rig is this Sony FX3. Now, this Cineback actually works for the FX3 and the FX30. I believe he also makes one for the A series cameras as well. So he has one for the A7 IV, well, at least that version fits the A7 IV, A7S3. I believe even the ZV-1, all those alpha cameras, but we got the cinema line here. And pretty much in order to even fit your camera into this, you have to have this small rig cage right here. So the number one part you need to make sure you get, if you do plan on buying Cineback for the Sony FX3, FX30, is the small rig 4183, the small rig cage, and all these items that are a part of this simple rig are going to be linked down below. But first things first, you need the small rig cage in order to put your FX3 into the Cineback. So real quick, the whole purpose of the Cineback is to turn what is already a cinema camera in the FX3 into a more capable cinema camera with more functionality. Now, just off first glance, you see that you have more mounting points on this thing. You have more D-tap imports to power things like your monitor, to power things like the camera, and you also have the V-mount plate on the back. And I know you see the small rig battery over here on the table, so we know that we're going to be able to power this thing up and shoot all day long. So that's pretty much why I got the Cineback. I just was really tired of always having my camera on a gimbal. I was really ready to just elevate, you know, my filmmaking, just a little bit of the techniques I use, get some more functionality. I've had this monitor for like 2 to 3 years. I barely use the monitor because when I'm on a gimbal setup, I kind of like it to be a little bit small, a little bit simple. And I felt like, you know, by me doing a lot of weddings, I just wanted it real simple, just gimbal stuff. But I'm kind of trying to wean myself off of the gimbal use so much and get into more of those like handheld, like natural looking shots, unless I need to like show, you know, the venue or like have those establishing shots, or if I really just absolutely need smooth shots, I'll stay on the gimbal, but I'm trying to go handheld more. So that was another reason why I purchased the Cineback. So I already explained to you that you need the small rig cage in order to even fit your FX3 inside of the Cineback, and no rig is complete without a handle to the rig. I have the Neatsy handle right here. It has a NATO clamp, so we're going to get this thing out the box in a little bit and show what that looks like. Now, I also have this dummy battery here. Now, one thing about the power, you know, at least to the camera is concerned, there are 2 ways you can power the camera with the Cineback. I wasn't going to get the dummy battery at first because in order for the dummy battery to work, you had to remove the door, the battery door, and I really wasn't too pressed to do that because I just feel like dust and particles and things can get in there. But I bought the dummy battery just to see how I like it. But if you don't want to get the dummy battery, I believe there is also a D-tap to USB-C attachment that you can buy to plug up via D-tap and then power the camera via USB-C here. So that's an option if you don't want to do the dummy battery. I'm gonna see how I like the dummy battery. I may go to that option. Moving right along, monitor mount. So the monitor mount, of course, goes with the monitor. Now you can use any monitor. Like I said, I've had this one for years. This is the Field World LUT 6 here, and pretty good functionality. Now, I don't really know how wide this monitor mount is going to be. As you see, I haven't even opened this stuff yet, One thing I don't like about this monitor in particular, I'll still link it down below, but if you're watching this, you probably already have a monitor. One thing about this monitor that I don't like is sometimes the monitor mount blocks these 12 volt and 8 volt inputs. So if I wanted to buy, say, like a D-tap to 8 volt, D-tap to 12 volt, I wouldn't even be able to plug it up. So I will always have to have this battery on the back, which I have smaller batteries, but I actually might like this bigger battery because it'll weigh my camera down more, giving it more like stability in a sense. So not mad at the battery. I'm gonna see if this monitor mount allows me to be able to fit the 8 volt in there if I want to lighten things up. And lastly, we have the SmallRig 99 watt hour battery. This thing is a beast, and as you see on the back of the Cineback here, we have a place for the V-mount battery to go to power everything up. And the best thing about this thing is that it has a kill switch. So with everything hooked up, you know, you can cut it on, you can cut it off. Cutting it off will kill the camera, it'll kill the monitor. Any other thing you have plugged up to these D-tap ports, it will pretty much kill. So if you want to cut everything on, boom, everything's on. And my lens of choice that I'm gonna put on first is the Sigma 24-70. I use this thing the most. It is my workhorse. It is my all-in-one lens of choice. So let me finally put all these things together and show you how it looks. Okay, so that took a lot longer than I thought it was gonna do. And as you can see, I have a couple of accessories on here that I did not explain I was gonna put on. Now let me point out the one thing that Caleb Pike didn't do right, which he normally does everything like extraordinary, which he still did in this case, but he did not mention that on the Neatsy handle that, I mean, it is a NATO rail, he did mention that, but he didn't remind us to buy an extra NATO rail to put on the top here. So when I was trying to put the handle on here, I'm like, hold on, where am I supposed to put this at? And you should have another NATO rail on top so you can slide the handle on. So I wasn't able to put the handle on it. Just gonna buy a NATO rail, it's not a big deal. Still satisfied with how this thing turned out. Now, two things that I did add on the side, I got this SmallRig wooden handle that has been collecting dust for like 2 to 3 years. I said, hey, that's gonna be a nice little thing to, you know, have on the camera. And also too, got the shotgun microphone here. I got the Sennheiser MKE 600. So I'm gonna link those down in the description as well. I'm not even sure if they still sell this SmallRig wooden handle, because like I said, it's very old, but this is the rig, man. Check it out. I'm really digging this thing. And like I said, this one button right here pretty much powers everything on except the monitor, because of course I have the battery in it. And this is pretty much gonna be my camera rig for shooting things, mainly just run and gun, off of the gimbal stuff. Yeah, man, I feel like it was time to elevate my workflow, just how I do things, and get up off that gimbal. So just in case you can't see that good, here is the final product right here. Boom. Drop a comment. What do you think about it? Is there anything you think I can add to this thing to make it better? Now, one thing I will say that I can't wait till I'm able to use this handle, because if you can see here, my monitor is very close to my microphone there, but if my monitor was on top of this thing like it's gonna be nowhere near that. So I'm not even worried about that. And yeah, man, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, found some type of value in it. I wanted to add clips of me putting this thing together, but it really took me like a long time. I had to whip out the phone and watch the video of him putting it together again. But this is the rig. Like I said, loving this thing. Drop a comment, let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe on this video. I really appreciate it. And until my next video, I will catch you guys later on. Peace out.